Welcome to Himani Coaching Center. We are committed to simplify concepts and amplify confidence of all the students who are watching our videos to learn maths, physics, and chemistry. Students, today we are going to do numericals on mole concept. Okay, so these questions are applicable for ICSE, IGSE, and IB board students. Now let us look at the first question. It says calcium carbide and water react to produce ethine and calcium hydroxide. The reaction is given CaC2 plus 2H2O gives C2H2 plus CaOH2. Okay, so let us first see what is happening. In this reaction, there is 1 mole of CaCO2, 2 moles of water, 1 mole of ethine, and 1 mole of CaOH2. Now we have to just focus on what? Volume of C2H2 and mass of water. So this is our question. The other two things we can ignore for solving this particular question. Now let us find mass of 1 mole of water. So 1 mole of H2O, what would be the mass? There are hydrogen 2 atoms, so 2 mass of one hydrogen atom is 1, so 2 into 1 plus mass of oxygen, which is 16. So mass of H2O is 18 grams. Okay, so we have how many grams of water? 45. So let us find the number of moles in 45 gram of water. So let us write 1, 18, and this is 45. We want to know what is this. So this is how it will be. So we have 18x equals 45, x equals 45 by 18, 9 5s are 9 2s are. So we have 5 by 2 moles or 2.5 moles of water in 45 grams of water. Okay, so we have figured this out. Now let us go back to the question. What is the ratio in this particular equation in between water and C2H2? So let us write that down. So H2O, C2H2. So H2O is 2 mole. The ratio here is 1 mole. So that means if H2O is 5 by 2, how many moles would be this? So you can just do this. So we have 2y equals 5 by 2 or y equals 5 over 4 mole of C2H2. Now we are asked to find the volume of C2H2 produced. See, in 1 mole of C2H2, what is the volume of gas? It would be 22.4 liters. And we have got 5 by 4 mole. So what would be the volume? So that is our question. So let's do that. Let me make some space for this and then we can just solve this question. So now we have that in 1 mole of C2H2, we have 22.4 liters of gas. We have 5 by 2 mole of C2H2. So what would be the volume? So 5 by 2 times 22.4, which would be 5 into 11.2. So you can see 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5, 6, and 5 1s are 5. So the answer is there should be 56 liters of C2H2 produced if there is 45 gram of water used. Okay. Now, for the students who follow IGCSE board or IB board, you at standard temperature and pressure, we say that 1 mole is equal to 24 dm cube. In fact, that is normal temperature and pressure. But if let us say the question says that 1 mole of C2H2 occupies 24 dm cube of volume, then what will I do? So I will just write 1 mole equals 24 dm cube of volume. So 5 by 2 moles of C2H2 should be 5 by 2 into 24, which will give me 60 dm cube. Okay, that's a small bit of difference because in international boards, generally room temperature and pressure is used, normal temperature and pressure, and in that 1 mole is 24 dm cube. Now let us move to the next question. Here we are given magnesium nitride and water react to produce a precipitate of magnesium hydroxide. So this is magnesium hydroxide and ammonia gas. How much magnesium nitride is needed to produce 87 gram of the precipitate? That means MgOH2 in excess water. Again, let us start the same way. First, let us find the ratio between moles. So, see, they are asking for magnesium nitride and MgOH2. So, let us focus on that only. So, this is 1 mole of magnesium nitride and this is giving 3 moles of MgOH2, which is a precipitate. Okay. So, let us focus only on these two things. Now, we have to find the mass of 1 mole of MgOH2. Okay. So the mass of Mg is 24, oxygen is 2, so plus 16 times 2, hydrogen is also 2, so 1 times 2. So we get 24 plus 32 plus 2, okay, 4 and 2, 6 and 2, 8, and we have 58 grams of magnesium hydroxide in 1 mole, okay. Now let us find the number of moles of magnesium hydroxide in 87 grams of that. So again, so what should we do? We can just use the direct proportion, mole and mass. We just found 1 mole has a mass of 58. So if there is 87 grams, so what is the number of moles there? So we will just use this and this will give us this answer, that 58x is equal to 87, x equals 87 by 58. So there are so many moles of magnesium hydroxide. So now let us quickly find out that how many moles are there. So I will do 87 divided by 58 and we get 1.5 moles. Okay, so let us do that and write it as 1.5 moles. Now we will go back to the question and see what is the ratio. See, we have Mg3 and 2 and we have MgOH2. So if 1 mole of this is there, it is 3 moles here. So if it is 1.5 moles, how many moles here? So that would be Y. So you can see that 1 by Y is equal to 3 by 1.5, or 1 by Y is equal to 2, or Y equals half. Okay. So Y is half mole. So we have got half mole of Mg3 and 2. Okay. Now we have to find the mass of magnesium nitride in half a mole. So let us make space here and solve this question. Just give me a second. Let me create some space so I can keep it here and go back to our question. Now we know that Mg3 and 2, 1 mole mass would be what? So Mg3, so 24 times 3 plus mass of nitrogen is 14 times 2. So you have 72 plus 28, which is 100. Okay. Now 1 mole of magnesium nitride is 100 gram. we have got half a mole. So half mole, what would be the mass? It would be half into 100, which is 50 gram, and that is our answer. Okay. Now let us go to next question. It is asking us to find the relative formula mass of hydrated magnesium carbonate, MgCO3 2H2O. Okay. There are hydrated salts in which some molecules of waters are attached. So in this particular salt of magnesium carbonate, two molecules of water are attached. So we have supposed to find the relative formula mass. So let us do that. So how many Mg are there? 1. So 24. How many carbon? That is also 1. So 12. How many oxygen? 3. The mass of oxygen given is 16. So 16 times 3. Okay. Then plus, now this is H2O which is attached to it. So plus 2. Now we can find mass of hydrogen as 2 into 1 and mass of oxygen as this. So we have 36 plus 48 plus 2 times 18. Yeah, 16 and 2 will give us. So we have 36 plus 48 plus 36, which is 72 plus 48. So 120, and D is the right answer. Now let us look at this question. So the question is, a student wanted to make 15 grams of zinc chloride, which is this. The equation for the reaction is zinc carbonate plus 2HCl gives this. What mass of zinc carbonate should the student add to the hydrochloric acid to make 15 gram of zinc chloride? Again, we have to just focus on these two. So we can see this is 1 mole here. This is also 1 mole. So the ratio between ZnCO3 and ZnCl2 is 1 is to 1. That's the question. I mean, that's the ratio. Now we are given that the student wants 15 gram of zinc chloride. So first let us figure out what is the mass of 1 mole of ZnCl2. So let us do that. Zn is 65, Cl2, so 35.5 into 2. This is what we will do. So 65 plus 71. So this is 136 grams. Okay. So 1 mole of ZnCl2 is 136 gram. We are given 15 gram of zinc chloride to be obtained. So how many moles would be there? Okay. Again, what should we do? Write this equation: mole to mass, 1 mole, 136. And if it is 15, you have to find x. So what will happen? 15 goes here. So we get 15 equals 136x. X equals 15 over 136. So let us quickly check this. We have to do what? 15 divided by 136. Give me a second. I have not done it correctly. So let me write it again. 15 divided by 136. We get some 0.11 moles. So let us write that down. So X equals 0.11 mole. Now, see, the ratio between ZnCO3 and ZnCl2 is 1 is to 1. So if there is 0.11 mole here, it the number of moles here also is 0.11. Okay. So that is what we will do. Correct. So now let us find the mass of zinc carbonate if it is 0.11 mole. So now what will we do? Let us find the mass of 1 mole of ZnCO3. So 1 mole of ZnCO3 should weigh what? 65 plus 12 plus 48. Okay. So 48 plus 12 is 60 and 65 is 125. That is 1 mole of ZnCO3. And how many moles are there? 0.11. So 0.11 mole of ZnCO3 should weigh 125 into 0.11. 11 fives are 55, 11 twos are 22, 27, 11 ones are 11. So we get some 13.75 grams. approximately 13.8 gram is the answer. Okay, so this is how we do questions related to mole concept. So if you are watching the video for the first time in our channel, do subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon. Also, if you have liked the video, please press the like button and do share the video with your friends. Thank you for watching the video.